Everybody, welcome to Wizards Outlook. We got Raymond Lyons here. I'm Wilson Tarpey Jr. And good news today. Uh, Positive vibes as the Wizards beat the Detroit Pistons 118-104. Could be something that's easily overlooked, but this is not what happened last time. Last time these two teams played, the Pistons got the best of the Wizards. Jalen Duren went absolutely crazy on the boards. I think he missed the 2020 game, and Alex Burks went off. That wasn't the case in this one. You had six Wizards scoring double figures as they beat the Pistons today. That was a really, really good effort for the most part. But Ray, your thoughts on this one?
Um, yeah, it's just amazing what can happen when you actually try on defense and value possessions on offense. I mean, they gave up 41 points in the second half. They've given up multiple 41-point quarters this season. So, that just tells you all you need to know, man. It just starts at effort for them. Yeah, that second half they were just smothering, and it gave them the push they needed to get over. They I I could be mistaken, but I think this is the most rebounds they've ever gotten in a game this season, with 50. And that led to 15 more shot attempts. They got up 100 shots today, and just yeah, when you give yourself more chances, 9 times out of 10, good things are going to happen. So yeah, it was just a good all around game. They took care of the basketball, 9 turnovers, to the Pistons 17. I mean, it was just a great overall effort, from everyone, and that's what it takes. And every time they play a game like this, it just kind of, I'm just like, why can't we just do this every night? We know what this team is. We know they're not contending, and that's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is they don't have to be 8-37. And if they gave this type of effort more consistently, they wouldn't be. And that's just the long and short of it, man. So yeah, and if they just weren't capable, that's another thing. We live in reality, but they clearly are capable. So that's the standard they're going to be held to. And when they don't meet it, we're going to talk about it.
Yeah, I think there was one game earlier this year they had 54 rebounds because I think I read it wrong. I it was hard for me to accept that they had 54 rebounds, not the other team. So they beat somebody on the glass 54, 53. That's the only reason I know that because I read it completely wrong, even though it was right. My mind wouldn't let me accept it at the time. But now I thought they did a great job on the glass. For sure, Duran still got his, which that's gonna happen. But they kind of kept it to a Duran issue, which is which
Hmm.
is a good thing. The last time it was Duran and company on the glass. The other thing was they just ran. I think they had 20 fast break points to Detroit six, even though Detroit had more points off turnovers. They weren't in transition that much. But like you said, was it 41? Only give up 41 in the second half. There's been games with multiple 30-point quarters where three of the four quarters 30 points were given up. So yeah, I'm with you on that one. Neither team shot the ball incredibly well today, but again, some effort on that end makes up. Who knew it pays off in a game where no one's no one has it really going. Neither team shot it incredibly well. The Wizards were just 32% from deep. The Pistons were 28%. Um, but again, a win's a win. I like that everybody got involved. Uh, Probably the nitpick, probably still some of the shot selection. However, for the most part, like you said, we give credit when it's due. It's a good win. It's a good win. I already see some of the comments where we're about to have some where they won this game under a different coach thing. Look, they came out. There was effort on defense for a sustained period of time, and it paid off. Um, I think sometimes it's that simple. Who'd you have for player game, Ray?
Uh, um, going back and forth between Kuz and Gaff. I'm gonna go. I go Cole, man. I go Cole. Cole play of the game. Because Gaff defensive presence, like he's the way he started off the game. And this is a one of those weird super early games. But his defense in the first quarter, like he had like took 2 charges, caused some deflections, and he just kind of held them on that end until everybody else just kind of realized, hey, we might have to play defense too tonight, because guys were just getting downhill continuously, and he was the only deterrent. So he just kind of set that tone. But Kuz just his aggressiveness. And then with another thing, K had it going. And usually in games like this where, it's a guy on the other team just having their way, the Wizards usually fold. Kuz was there to kind of match what K was doing. And, and again, like you brought up the shot selection, he still put up a little bit too many threes for me. But, the fact that he just continuously went after it, and kept up that energy throughout the course of the game. I'll recognize both of them tonight, or this afternoon rather.
No, I'm not mad at that at all. I think I went Gaff just for dealing. He has to deal with Durant down there, and then the offensive rebounds. He won on the offensive side of the glass, and obviously everything you just mentioned, what he was doing inside, it didn't pay off or show out in by way of blocks tonight. But there was a whole bunch of shots that he altered. As you mentioned, you throwing the charges. But yeah, that was my player of the game, and I'll give Kuz credit for later on. But with him and Bogey kind of canceling each other out, that's why I went with Gaff. Who'd you have for X Factor?
Bagley. He's kind of been there X Factor since he got there. And he kept that up tonight. I'm sure it was probably an emotional game or what have you, coming back to where he just left. But he came in and brought what the Wizards brought him here to do. So yeah, just his consistency and what he was able to do off the bench at 13-8. I give it to Bagley.
All right, I went. This is a weird one, but I went Jordan Poole. I was happy with how freaking efficient he was tonight. 6 of 12 from the floor, 3 of 6. He was really, really under control. 17 points tonight. The plus 25, again, just super under control. Or I might pull you. I'll go Cole and throw Bagley in there with it. But I was very appreciative of him producing while being efficient. And shout out to Tyus Jones, almost had another double-double with 9 assists tonight. I want to get into some of these comments. Michael Kirksey said, great all-around game. He agreed with the efficient night from Poole. Easy does it 202. Would we have won this game under Wes? I'll answer that. No. That's a fact. Good coaches bring out the best in their players. Shout out to the team. And Brian Key, first up, as a head coach, 1-1.
I'm not addressing any coach stuff for this team. If they completely flip the script and have an amazing second half of the season, all right, then I'll give it some credence. But come on, man, let's be serious.
Also, it was the Pistons. They beat another team that's kind of in that specific quadrant of the NBA right now. But yeah, I am happy that Coach Keith got his first dub. I'm happy they responded, and especially after last game, because he had to call a timeout like literally a minute and 30 seconds in because they weren't playing defense. So, like anything that we've seen here, the other 7 times that they've won, what's going to carry over to Monday? That's what we've been waiting. That's why the record's the way it is. They've not been. The only thing they've been consistent in is being inconsistent. So what's going to carry over? Are we going to get another solid performance and you stack two wins together? Which, yeah, I know it's the Spurs, but still, like, you they're not even a place to be like, oh, it's the Spurs. So we'll see what happens with that. But I want to thank you guys. Give y'all a couple more seconds. If y'all had any other comments, but what do they have? The Spurs on Monday, and then I think the Clippers on Wednesday.
When is the 30? Yeah, Wednesday's the 31st. Yes, the Clippers.
Yeah, the Clippers on Wednesday. So again, you got an opportunity after today. Make sure you get a double on Monday. You're going into San Antonio. Then you come home to take on a very, very tough team out from out west.
Yeah, it's homestand is tough, man. They got the Clippers, Miami, Phoenix, and Cleveland, and then they go to Boston, and then come back home and play Philly. They could go over.
All right. So again, going into Monday, handle your business on Monday. Try to stack the dubs that you can, because, like Ray said, you got a couple teams coming in here where they're not going to be playing around at all. Because that fight out west is kind of crazy. Where the Clippers? Hold on. Oh, now I'm curious. I want to go look at the standings out west now. Yeah, so they can't afford to come out here and they can't afford any slippage, pretty much. I don't think any of those teams can, except Boston, that you named just now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Clippers in third out west. Yeah. And even there with San Antonio, like you're looking at, you have one less win than San Antonio has. You just start trying to pile those things up. But I'm with Ray. I'm not commenting on coaching until the end of the year, man. Like my man's coached 2 games. Give him some time. Just give him some time, and let's see. Let's see. Maybe they do respond to him better. We'll see. But let it happen over time. Just let it happen over time, and we don't even know what's. There's a lot of unknown variables between now and that deadline. So we'll see what happens. But we'll catch up with you guys on Monday night after the Wizards take on the Spurs. Y'all enjoy the rest of your weekend.